Let's take a look at the emotional farewell today at the end of this era as Jayalalithaa was laid to rest.
Like everything else she did, 2015 proved how she would break the mold.
Jayalalithaa ennum naan சட்டப்படி அமைக்கப்பெற்ற
Amma becoming the first sitting chief minister to retain power in 32 years.
சட்டத்திற்கும் இணங்க அச்சமும் ஒருதலை சார்பும் இன்றி.
And with that, she stamped her authority on Tamil Nadu politics. But politics was not in her blood. She came from an ordinary home, saw her mother struggle, and she herself went through a difficult childhood, having learnt to slog even as a student. Jayalalithaa juggled her studies with dance and music training. But the long hours the young Jaya spent mastering classical dance came handy when she found herself facing the cameras. She was only 14 and already making a film debut with Kalyan Kumar in 1964. A year later, she was starring opposite the biggest Tamil film star, MG Ramachandran. And after that, there was no looking back for this Kavarchi Kanni. She may have done over 100 films in her career, but the 28 films that she did with MGR laid the foundation for her future. In 1977, MG Ramachandran took oath as Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. And 5 years later, he brought Jayalalithaa into politics.
No one thought the rise of a young 29-year-old will be possible amidst tall party leadership after the demise of MGR within the AIADMK. But it happened because people underestimated the person that is Jayalalithaa. Not only was she a stellar actor, but she was a highly intelligent student, standing first in her 10th standard, and she also aimed to be a lawyer sometime in her life. But most importantly, she had something like a near photographic memory. If you were to read a document twice, if she were to read a document just twice, she could repeat it verbatim. That was the ability of Jayalalithaa.
Director Srinivasan Mukta, a famous filmmaker and the brain behind Suryakanti, would often say she lived her role. Her role in Suryakanti, an example of a woman who silently fought the injustices meted out to her. A character she seemed to live off screen as well. In 1984, she was nominated and elected to the Rajya Sabha, a move that led to tensions within the party and saw Jayalalithaa being sidelined.
What followed was hurdle after hurdle for the Puratchi Thalaivi. While the cadre support was unwavering, it was the infighting within the party that reared its ugly head, especially after MGR's death in 1987.
MGR's wife Janaki and Jayalalithaa ended up splitting the AIADMK, a fight that ended when the faction supporting Jayalalithaa won 27 seats in the general elections in 1989.
In 1989, an incident that happened at the Tamil Nadu Assembly changed the very dynamics of power in the state. DMK members allegedly pulled Jayalalitha's sari and attacked her on the floor of the house because she was interrupting the budget speech by her arch-rival M. Karunanidhi. An enraged AIADMK Supremo then vowed next to attend the assembly that humiliated her only as the chief minister.
Jayalalithaa ennum naan தமிழ்நாட்டு அரசின் முதலமைச்சர் என்ற முறையில்
And it was a vow she kept. In 1991, Jayalalithaa took oath as Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, the first woman to be elected to the post.
தெரிவிக்கவோ வெளிப்படுத்தவோ மாட்டேன் என்று ஆண்டவன் மீது ஆணையிட்டு உறுதிமொழிகிறேன்.
Corruption charges, however, dogged her tenure, which saw her lose the 1996 elections. But her woes just didn't end over there. IT raids at her residence during 1997 saw the discovery of assets worth rupees 66 crore, along with 10,000 saris, 30 kilograms of gold, 500 kilograms of silver, and much more wealth.
Corruption charges and court cases didn't stop Jayalalithaa, as she came back with a vengeance and rose to power in 2001 before she launched her own investigations against her opponents. The fight for one-upmanship between the DMK and the AIADMK also gave a reflection of Jayalalitha's formidable political acumen, as she cornered her political opponents at every stage.
Everyone is asking the same question as to why the central government, more particularly the Prime Minister, has not been able to dismiss Raja and make him face prosecution for his crimes against the nation.
In 2014, the disproportionate assets case, a constant blot on her demigod-like status, came back to haunt her as the AIADMK chief was sentenced to 4 years in prison before getting bail in 22 days.
For years, Tamil Nadu has switched between the DMK and AIADMK. But Jayalalithaa changed that trend when she became only the second sitting chief minister after her mentor MGR to become chief minister once again. The 2015 assembly polls were testament to her popularity, which was undented even after the floods which left several parts of Tamil Nadu submerged.
For 75 days, she fought illness, displaying strength that had come to be expected of her. And as the nation waited for her to recover and make another comeback as she always did, this was one battle she couldn't win.
At 69, when Jayalalithaa leaves this world, one does feel that it is too young for a leader of her caliber. It's an enormous loss to not just to the state but the entire country. A leader who was thrust into a leadership position and into politics not by choice but by force. But when she, like her acting career, she keeps on saying that I never wanted to be an actor, I wanted to be a lawyer. But once my mother had made up her mind, I made sure I put in my best. In politics, it is her mentor, MGR, who brought her into politics. He brought her there and she had to struggle. And when you see these pictures of the cortege going, one cannot but remember the shot which happened 19 years ago in December, when MGR's mortal remains were being carried on the same road towards Marina, taking the same road. At that time, Jayalalithaa was by the dead body, was by the casket there herself. That time, Tina, as we have been telling you earlier also, there were several attempts made physically to dislodge her from that gun carriage. People tried to pull her hair, and some people, she says in an interview, that were stamping on her feet, physically throwing her away from that cortege, but she did not budge. And today, when you see this image of Sasikala Natarajan in front of that SUV and Jayalalitha's mortal remains on that gun carriage, one is reminded of that particular scene which happened 19 years ago in December. So many resemblances to what happened in MGR's story. But also one must remember that Jayalalithaa was a student who in fact bettered her own teacher, a disciple who came out of the shadows of her mentor. In many ways, if MGR started the midday meal scheme, Jayalalithaa in fact bettered it. In fact, the quality of food which was given to poor children was improved. It was not just a meal, just rice which was in the afternoon. She made upma, she made delicious and nutritious food for the children, especially for the girl child. If you notice the crowd, I don't know whether if we can give you close-ups, I'm sure 60% of the people who are there in the crowd are women.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.